Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this Python beginner tutorial series, today let's discuss about Python dictionary. Okay, this is part 4 of the Python dictionary video. In my earlier videos, I covered about how to create a dictionary, how to add, remove and update dictionary, and I've covered various topics which is really important for you to understand with dictionaries. Right, so continuing with that series, in this particular video, we'll just focus on what are the most popular methods that is used with dictionary. Okay, so listed down here are few most commonly used inbuilt methods which will work well with dictionary. Okay, so I have listed these common methods, common inbuilt methods. I think as a Python programmer it is really important for you to understand all these, how all these inbuilt method works, because as I said in my very first Python dictionary video, dictionary is a very important topic in Python. Okay, as a Python developer, I think it is really very important for you to understand how a Python dictionary will work. So so when you work with dictionaries, obviously you need to know all these inbuilt methods which will actually help you in programming rapidly, and also performance wise also these inbuilt methods will give you some good numbers. Okay, so I think I would suggest you to learn how these methods work with dictionary. Okay, so now focusing on the content. So if you look at this, all these, I have highlighted few things in amber. The reason is because I'm just trying to put a disclaimer here. I'm not going to cover all these methods in detail in this video. Just for sake of time constraint, I'm just going to ignore all these things which I've highlighted in amber. The reason is because I have covered all these methods in my earlier part 1, 2 and 3 videos of dictionaries. Okay, so if I would suggest you to refer to those earlier 3 videos where I have covered about all these inbuilt methods in detail. So I think that will really give you a very good idea about how this inbuilt method works. Okay, but here I will try to focus on these two non-highlighted methods. The reason is, that is from keys and set default. Okay, I don't think we have learned this before, so let's focus on understanding how this from keys and set default method works. Okay, so from keys, so if you look at the definition, it returns a dictionary with a specified keys and values. Okay, let me show you an example, okay, so that you will have a very clear understanding about how from keys works. Okay, say you have a key value. Okay, you have a key. Okay, let's take a similar example which we have seen in our previous video. Let's try to discuss about Sachin. Okay, so we have age of Sachin, and we'll have another key called how many centuries he has scored. Centuries scored by Sachin. Okay, so this is the key value. Important thing to notice, you do not have a value here, so this is just a key. So now I am having a value here. So value is y equal to, say, age is 50. Okay, so if I want to assign this common value for all my keys, then I can use this from keys method. Okay, so if I say, let me create a dictionary 1 equal to, I'm using the inbuilt dict method, dict dot from keys, right? From keys of x comma y, x comma y. Now if I print dictionary 1, print dictionary 1, now you can see it assigned the value 50 to both my keys. Like it has assigned value 50 to age, and it has assigned value 50 to centuries. Even if you want to add some other keys also, you can add, like say yes, Jesse number. Obviously no, Jesse number is 10, but just for understanding purpose, I'm just adding Jesse number. Okay, so here it had added another value called Jesse number as 50. Okay, so this is how you can use this from key methods, where you can declare all the keys and just provide a single value, and that individual value will go and sit into each and every keys that you have defined, like this. Okay, so this is how from keys will work. Okay, but I think by default it will be none. For example, say I'm removing this y. Now if I run this, it will throw an error. See, because y is not defined. But if I remove this y here, you can see by default it is assigning value none to the keys. Okay, so default value is none. Even if you do not provide any value, then by default it will take as none. Okay, this is also something you can understand from how from keys works without the values. Okay, fine. And then let's move on to the next topic, set default. So we have something called set default method. It returns the value of a specified key. If the key does not exist, insert the key with the specified value. Okay, now let's try to understand this in detail. Say I'm gonna remove everything. Again, let's go to the same example which we have discussed in our previous video. Let's create a dictionary, and we have name as Sachin, and age as 49. Right, now x equal to dictionary 1 dot set. I'm using the set default method, and what I'm doing is I'm just trying to override the value age as age comma 49, sorry, age comma 50. Let me put as 50. Now if I try to print x, if I run this, you can see the value is still 49 only. I'm just trying to put the value of age as 50, but it is still taking 49 only, which is actually correct. So it will, by default, whatever the value is in your dictionary only will be taken when you use set default. Okay, but one catchy thing, so yeah, if you see the original dictionary, the value name Sachin and age still 49. So it has not overridden as 50, because this is how set default will work. But one key thing to note here is, say if I want to add a new value, okay, say I want to add his place of birth. Place of birth will be Bombay. So now one key thing to notice, earlier we tried to use a key which was present in the dictionary. Earlier we used age, which was actually present in the original dictionary, whereas now I'm using a different value. Basically I'm using a new key called place of birth. So now if I try to run this, you can see the value of x is now Bombay, right? And a new key value pair is added to your dictionary called place of birth and Bombay. So if you use the existing value, it will not take into consideration. It will only print the original dictionary value. Whereas in case if you try to define a new key value pair like place of birth, and what it will do is it will try to insert this insert this key and value into your original dictionary. Okay, so I think, yeah, this is how set default method will work. Okay, so yes guys, I think that's all what I want to cover as part of this video. I hope you understood how from keys and set default work. I would, again, as I said earlier, I would suggest you to refer to my previous videos to learn about all these methods in detail. Okay, thank you guys.